Andre Kachapurian of NetStream.com with Jose Youngs of Sports Illustrated here to discuss UFC Fight Night Boise, which is this weekend. Jose, how are you doing?
I am fantastic, sir. I'm back in Arizona. It's monsoon season, so it's 100 degrees and humid. But other than that, I am peachy.
I can't even imagine how warm it is there. I'm in Los Angeles right now, and it's pretty toasty, but probably worse than Arizona. Big fight in the main card, the main event, Junior Dos Santos. First of all, let me say one thing about Dos Santos. Why are they exiling this guy to Boise, Idaho for this fight card? I feel kind of bad for him. No offense to Boise, Idaho. I'm sure it's a nice mountainous part of the Northwest United States. It just feel like a guy like Dos Santos who's been in all these big fights, sending him to Idaho is a little bit of a slap in the face, especially right after fight week. He'll be taking on UFC newcomer Blagoy Ivanov, the Bulgarian. Not many people know about this guy, Jose. So for someone who's a casual UFC fan, what do they have to know about Blagoy Ivanov?
Well, to answer your first question, they stuck Junior Dos Santos in Boise because he was coming off that anti-doping violation or potential anti-doping violation, which knocked him out of his fight against Francis Ngannou September of last year. And he wasn't suspended. They were basically just having him sit on the sideline until they figured it out. It turns out it was a tainted supplement, so he didn't do anything wrong. So he's coming back into the picture. He's been out for almost a year. They basically just want to welcome him back. Blagoy Ivanov is a former World Series of Fighting champion, hulking figure, so it's another promotions champion. World Series of Fighting, now the Professional Fight League, is now joining the UFC. And as you know, we've talked about it before, the UFC's heavyweight division is so shallow and so old. You can be a former champion in another promotion and come in right away and be a contender. I mean, you're seeing that with Volkov, former Bellator contender. He comes in the UFC, wins a few fights, and now all of a sudden he's a win or two away for being a UFC heavyweight title challenger. So UFC heavyweight division is so shallow, they had to stick this card in Boise, and Boise's been clamoring for a fight card for a while, so the UFC wanted to deliver a fight with guaranteed fireworks.
Yeah, you just talked about Volkov. In fact, Ivanov's only loss in his MMA career was against Volkov back in the Bellator 120 in May of 2014. He's rattled off 5 wins since then in a row. Meanwhile, Dos Santos, 4 of his last 7 fights, they've all ended in losses. You know, it's tough competition. Miocic, Velasquez a couple times, and Overeem. What do you see playing out in this fight?
I think Junior Dos Santos is going to be a top 5 heavyweight for the rest of his UFC career. I mean, he has knockout power in both hands, black belt in jiu-jitsu, some of the best boxing in all of UFC, not just the heavyweight division. And like you said, Cain Velasquez beat him twice, but he beat Cain Velasquez in like 59 seconds the first time they fought. So losing to Cain Velasquez is nothing to hang your head at. Getting knocked out by Overeem, a former K1 kickboxing champion, and then losing to Stipe Miocic in the middle of his run is nothing to scoff at. He's literally lost to 3 of the top 5 heavyweights of all time. So I expect him to win this fight. I think he's just an all-around better fighter no matter where the fight goes. Plus, he hits hard. He has some of the hardest punches in UFC history. So I'm going to go JDS by, I'll say, second-round knockout.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jose. I think JDS will probably take this fight. And if I'm a betting man, which I am, I will take the minus 175 odds on Bovada right now. I think that's pretty good value. So Santos is the favorite. He's fighting a guy in his first UFC fight against a guy like Dos Santos with so much experience. I'll take JDS as well. Let's look at the rest of this card. What fight are you looking at that most excites you that isn't, the main event that we just talked about?
I think obviously you're going to have to point out the Sage Northcutt Zach Otto fight. Sage Northcutt's moving back up to welterweight. He's bounced back and forth between welterweight and lightweight. He hasn't had a lot of success at welterweight. He lost to Mickey Gall, obviously, at 170 pounds. He drops back on 155, wins, and he's coming back up. Say what you want about him. Like, yeah, he's corny. Yeah, he had a massive UFC contract before his first ever UFC fight, which ruffled a lot of feathers. He's a nice kid. He's very marketable. What you see is what you get. He's like the antithesis of the Diaz brothers, where what they are, what you see, what you get, where they're just very rough around the edges, in your face kind of guy. Sage Northcutt, you talk to him on camera, he'll call you like Mr. Young, Mr. Andre. You talk to him off camera, same thing. So he'll he's just an absolutely delightful human being that could just kick your ass. So Zach Otto, too, is a massive step up in competition. Definition of just a gritty veteran who's looked very impressive as of late. So this is a very, very, very big test for Sage Northcutt, because if he can get past Zach Otto, I fully expect UFC to put the rocket back under him at the welterweight division.
Yeah, that's definitely the fight I'm looking at too. I think Sage Northcutt, that fight against Mickey Gall kind of set him back, but he's rattled off a couple of wins. He can really kind of put himself up on the radar again. And he got so much hype when he first got into UFC. He had a couple losses, but he's still very young. He still has a lot to learn. So this is a big fight for him. I think he can really propel himself in that welterweight division, which it's pretty heavy up top, but a couple big wins, he'll be right up there.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever be a champion at welterweight, especially because it's such a deep weight class with Tyron Woodley at the top,
Yeah.
and then you still have to go through like the Darren Tills and the Santiago Ponzinibbio's and the Kamaru Usmans of the world. But I think Sage is going to be he'll be a top 10 fighter. He'll be a marketable guy, and he's a guy that you could stick on the co-main event of cards that people want to tune in. So, definitely looking forward to watching him fight.
Speaking of welterweights, I like Nico Price on this card, so I'm excited to watch that. The guy, 11-1 with one no contest. He had that loss recently. I forget against, I think it was Luque, Vicente Luque.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's put a pretty good career so far, young career. I'm excited to watch that. He does fight. It seems like every other month he's fighting. I like that about him. You look at him, and like one of these fight night cards, you see his name right there every single time. Very active fighter.
Yeah, I like Nico Price. He's another one of those guys that what you see is what you get. He came into the UFC made a big splash where he fought Brandon Bash on very short notice, and then submitted that to at one point was the next guy. He was like a future champion of the welterweight division. Obviously, lost a bunch and didn't quite live up to the hype. But Nico Price submitted him, and Brandon Thatch got cut. And then in the post-fight scrum, he's telling us all the story like he has these kids. He had a full-time job. He used to watch the UFC press conferences and scrums online after every single fight. So he would have a full-time job with all these kids, and then he'd go train at night. So he's another very likable guy, marketable guy. He does have that one no contest where I believe he tested positive for marijuana metabolites, but he still won. Nico Price, always an exciting guy to watch. Like you said, fights all the time. He's one of these guys that you need to fill out these fight night cards in Boise, Idaho, or Tulsa, Oklahoma. Like, you need those guys, and he's always game to break new ground in new marketplaces.
Yeah, this will be his sixth fight in the last 18 months. So
yeah, he's mental, man.
All right, Jose, thank you so much for joining us. UFC Fight Night Boise this weekend. Hope to have you on soon, talk about other fights going forward.
Yeah, anytime, man. Let me know.